I became interested in canine, I would say probably within a couple years of being a deputy with the sheriff's office. I've always kind of been fascinated with dogs, even as a little kid. I was assigned to the interdiction unit with the sheriff's office. We worked primarily Interstate 75, where we did drug investigations, contraband investigations. While in that position, I was asked if I would be interested in taking a dog. And I eagerly said yes. And within probably 6 months, I was sent over to Palm Beach, Florida, where I was given my first dog, K9 Bandit. When you get a canine partner, it's a change, and you grow with your canine.
Tom Sweeney, been with the Collier County Sheriff's Office K9 Unit now for going on 13 plus years. I'm currently partnered with my third K9 Rexo, who's a dual-purpose patrol and explosives canine. I originally started out in the gang unit with a single-purpose drug dog, Matsu, and then I transitioned from single-purpose narcotics work to dual-purpose patrol with my second partner, K9 Boss, who was a patrol narcotics dog.
My name is John Poling. I'm a lieutenant with the Collier County Sheriff's Office K9 Unit. I'm currently assigned K9 Renzo, who's an explosive detection canine. I've been a canine handler since 2006. I'm on my third dog. My first dog was K9 Doyle. My second dog was K9 Sandy. And my third dog is K9 Renzo. Some of the functions of the K9 unit include narcotics detection, explosives detection, and patrol functions. I believe K9 units are invaluable to all law enforcement agencies. K9 units provide an additional safety mechanism for the patrol function. K9s are utilized to clear buildings, clear areas that cannot be gained access by patrol or K9 members. Additionally, K9s make it safer for deputies or officers to locate suspects, maybe out in the field, in the woods, or during a felony stop.
I started my career in law enforcement back in 1996 when I was in the United States Marine Corps. 1998 is when I started my canine career. I was a military police canine handler working with the military working dogs. Did that for about 10 years. And then after that, I got out of the United States Marine Corps, and then I trained dogs for explosives and went overseas to Iraq and Afghanistan after that effect. Spent 2 years in Iraq and Afghanistan total, and then I applied here with the Collier County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement canine has been a completely different aspect. Since doing it for 10 years in the United States Marine Corps, I thought I had an idea of what I was getting myself into, but once I dove into it, I realized that I was in a whole different world. The work ethic, the commitment is second to none in law enforcement. Our dogs have to listen to us. They have to go out there and find somebody. They have to go out there and protect not only law enforcement, but they also have to protect the community aspect of it as well.
All right, primarily today, once we start going on this, we're going to have all the dogs out. When the dogs do come out, they need to be put on muzzle. All right, depending on how things roll, you'll go up, you'll shoot a magazine, you'll come back, either reload, and expose you to shooting with your gas mask on.
It started years ago when I lived up in Massachusetts. One of my best friend's neighbors was a canine handler. Seeing the dog, seeing what he did, hearing his stories, and then another close friend of mine's dad was a canine guy, and I just thought it was one of those things that was really cool, something that maybe one day I could do. And then when I came to the sheriff's office here, I saw the posting, I put in for it.
Public relations in canine is very important. We do a lot of public demonstrations where we're out in the community. And we do a lot of explaining on what we really use police dogs for. There's a big misconception that, again, all we do is go out and bite people. And that's really the furthest. That's just so far from the truth. We use our dog for their sense of smell. That's their element or their forte with us.
Officer primary. Follow.
11 will back off.
Light to moderate.
Dog foot. Okay, he's on foot now, and he's just jumped the fence near, I think it's going to be the restaurant there. What's the name of it? What is it? Kelly's Fish House. He's running by Kelly's Fish House, guys.
It's no longer 31 Victor, 31 Papa now.
That's affirmative. He's running out onto some boat docks. He is now hiding on a boat, and he has jumped into the canal.
Alright, let's get units in the area setting up a perimeter here.
And, yeah, come on down by Kelly's. Just keep coming south, and we'll try and keep an eye on him for you. Alright, K9, go west from where you're at. Come around the gazebo, and to your right.
Yeah, we got him.
Roger.
10-3 traffic, 10-3 traffic. Oh, yeah, 10-3 on 1 and 3. Maple Street, holding at somebody in a boat by Kelly's Fish House.
Training is something that as a canine handler and being in the K9 unit, you're going to do a lot of. We just did a 3-day training session with our aviation unit, just working, getting the dogs into our Huey, flying around, landing, just seeing, make sure that there's no issues with any of the dogs. And it's one of those things that we always try to prepare for. You never know if you're going to get called out to the middle of Everglades, and there is no place to drive out there, so you've got to be airlifted out there. So if we have to go out and do a search for a suspect or a lost person, we've already accomplished the main hurdle of how are we going to get out there, because we're trained going in the helicopter. Being in South Florida, we come across a lot of water. So we also went through our parks department, and we exposed the dogs to a lot of water bites. Just getting the dogs, letting them have fun running through the water and going after the decoy. Because again, that's something that we could encounter on a day-to-day operation. The handler being with the dog. If the dog was wet, the handler's wet. It's a team, and it's very important that people realize we are a team. If my partner's going in, I'm going in right behind him. Our dogs serve several different functions within the sheriff's office. Narcotics has an investigation they need assistance with, as well as members of patrol. They might have somebody that's a little shady on a traffic stop. They think there might be narcotics in the vehicle. They'll call for us. We can do an examination with the K9. We also do a lot of dignitary work. So we have explosives detection canines. So celebrities, or whether they're government officials, we generally get called. We work with our EOD members, and we make sure that the public and that individual is safe when they come here.
1973 was offered the opportunity to go to K9 school. I was approached by one of the supervisors here, and at the time we had no dogs. We had a bloodhound that they just used for tracking, but they had no apprehension dogs or traditional police dogs, if you will. I started K9 school at the time. Fort Myers PD was running a K9 school. My dog excelled in building searches, in what we call area searches. So we graduated, worked the street with him till 1975. Worked many cases. I was the only K9 officer, again, in the department. I was on call 24/7. 1973 to 1975 is when I was actually on the street with my dog Baron. When I was promoted to CID, there was another dog, a Doberman by the name of Conrad. His handler was Dennis McDaniel, and he replaced me out on the street.
The average lifespan of a dog, it seems to have, it's gotten a lot longer than it used to be. Generally, we can work a dog 5-6 years, and that's overall health, not, granted that the dog doesn't sustain any type of blunt trauma or any type of injury. When we retire a dog, you have the opportunity to adopt the dog, which everyone in the unit has done. It's a bond. It's just, this guy was here for me for a long time. My former partner passed in September. It was actually September 29th. It was tough because it was like a piece of you had just passed. I know people are close with their pets, but a police dog is a little bit different. I spent more time with him than I think I did my wife and my son. Day in and day out of going to work every day. When an animal passes, it's a sad thing, but I look at it as take what they taught us and put that into another animal, and that's how you move on.
You have that dog 24/7 at your house, both off duty, on duty. He becomes part of the family. He's your best friend. Come to work together every day on a new adventure. You never know what's going to happen.
I love working with a canine. I love having a partner with me. Every day is a different day.
Working with canines has been the most satisfying part of my career in law enforcement. The canine partners are always happy to see you. They're excited to go to work, and they're willing to do whatever's needed.
One of the best tours I ever had was as a canine deputy. I highly recommend anyone that's interested in becoming a canine deputy and take a hard look at it, because it's really, really good, satisfying duty.